So you want to get Galvanized Mods, these mods you see right here, to upgrade your weapons and be ready for Steel Path. I'm Tipsy, and today we'll be going over how to get Galvanized Mods. Before you can get your Galvanized Mods, you gotta have some boxes checked. First off, you gotta complete your star chart fully. So you have to do all of the missions. So if you go up into your profile right here and look on the stats, you should be able to see you have 241 out of 241. You can also go to the Arbiters of Hexis and talk to this guy right here, and he should be able to tell you what you're actually missing out on. So either go and check your stat page right here, or go talk to this guy, and you should be able to see what you're missing out on. Once you have completed your star chart, you should be able to go to the Arbitration Honors right here, and you should be able to talk to him, and you would be able to see a shop right. So if you just go ahead and scroll all the way down to the bottom, you will be finding your Galvanized Mods. So as you can see here, you can actually get your Galvanized Mods here. You have to get 20 Vitus Essence to actually buy each one of these. So in total, you're gonna be needing 180 Vitus Essence if you want to get all the Galvanized Mods. Now you're probably wondering where you get this Vitus Essence, which is the requirement to buy these. So first off, you gotta have a rank 30 frame equipped on you to actually do the Arbitration mission. Then you gotta head to your star chart, look up in your alerts, and you should see the Arbiterations right here. Alright, explaining how this Arbiterations actually work. This is a unique mission, as to say. It's a little bit harder than normal missions in the game. It's not as hard as Steel Path, but it's like kind of the middle ground between like normal to Steel Path. So a few things to keep in mind in these Arbiterations is if your teammates die or you die, you don't bleed out or into this bleed out phase. You're actually dead and have to go around killing these flying shield drones, which will then drop a little debuff token, which you'll have to acquire 5 of to actually revive your teammates. So keep that in mind, try not to die. Otherwise you will drop this little pillar and you will have to get revived by either your teammates or have to revive your teammates through collecting these tokens. So the most important thing about this Arbitration is actually the flying shield drones. These are the enemies that will drop your Vitus Essence, and they will also shield nearby enemies. So any nearby enemies that are near this drone will be immune, so you have to focus the drone first before you can actually kill the enemies. So you want to kill these drones, but they can't be one shot. They have like a shield gate mechanic, so you can hurt them once and then they will die on the second shot. So if you have the ability to one-shot things, it will still take 2 shots for the flying drones. So you basically want to focus these drones because those are your prime source of actually getting Vitus Essence outside of the rotation rewards. Arbiterations also have unique modifiers you have to keep in mind, where excavations are gonna have the time increase to 180 seconds from the normal 100 seconds and will take 2 excavations to actually count for a round reward. Survival missions have life support capsules that are worth 75% what it normally is. Interception missions will now have enemies fill the towers twice as fast. Defense mission will have, instead of an object, is gonna have a Hexis NPC, which you actually have to guard. This NPC will follow a chosen player around, so just keep in mind he can run around. Defection Mission is gonna have reduced targets and cannot be revived. The Infected Salvage is gonna have consoles that have 50 times their normal health, but cannot regenerate by being exposed to the vaporizer bubble. Disruption Mission's Demolist and Demolisher's beeping range is half, so instead of 30 meters, you're gonna have 15 meters, so keep that in mind. You have to get closer to the beeping range to actually hear it. Also, failing the mission will not allow you to keep the reward you got throughout the mission, but the reward you got from the rotations you will keep. If you actually fail, you will keep the rotation rewards, but you will not keep the rewards you gathered inside the mission. So for the rewards you will actually get throughout this in the rotation system, is going to be a little different. Instead of the normal rotation in Warframe that is like AABC, the rotation for Arbiterations are actually going to be AA, BB, and then C. And after that, it's just going to continue onwards in the C rotation. So you want to actually stay in Arbiterations for at least 5 rounds, because that will count as C rotation. You can then keep going and you will just stay in the C rotation, but if you want all the reward tiers, you have to stay in there for at least 5 rounds. As you've seen here, you have a 7% chance to actually get Vitus Essence in the normal rotations. You will get 3, otherwise you will get the normal things from the shield drones, which you can kill throughout the missions. This heavily requires on luck, and sometimes you might get a really nice run where you get a lot, which is nice, but do keep in mind that once the mission has been entered, after the first rotation has been reached, the mission will be counted as complete and you will not be able to do it anymore when you return to the Arbiter, so you have to wait for the next rotation to fill in with the mission to actually keep going. So always try to at least be as long as you can in the mission, or as long as you can actually survive. When you have gotten your Vitus Essence though, you can head back to the Arbiterations Honors guy and you can just buy your Galvanized Mods, and you should be ready to go and put them on your weapons. It costs around 20 each, and yeah, you'll need 180 in total. This will take some time, so I recommend looking into what weapons and what mods you're gonna focus first, as these are some great weapons. but early on it might be a little hard and take some time to actually get the Vitus essence. So just a quick tip, I definitely recommend waiting for maybe a survival or defense mission, as some of the other missions can be a little bit tedious, especially early on. Also get a tanky frame. I would recommend getting a Rhino if you haven't, or try and get one of like a Revenant early on. That should be easy to survive in this mission, as it might be a little hard early on if you don't have the right survivability or build to actually survive in this, as the enemies are going to be a little bit harder than the normal star chart. It's not gonna be steel path hard, but it's still a little bit harder. Yeah, if you die, you might lose your rewards, or if your whole team actually wipes. So you kind of want to be able to survive for as long as possible while still doing damage. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, that's short in all. That's basically how you get your galvanized mods. They are not that hard to come by, but they will take a little bit of grinding. If you found this video helpful, feel free to leave a like on the video. That would be very much appreciated. Also, we do have a Discord, so feel free to join that down in the description. But yeah, that's it for the video. So hopefully I see you in the next one, and peace.